Welcome to the New Stripe City, a YouTube channel for diehard Bengals fans. I'm your host, Ace Boogie. Bengals down at the half, 21-13. Not a bad game. The only concern is that the Browns will get the ball after the half. The defense has really not done anything in this game whatsoever. With them being so far down, they just have really allowed Cleveland to really take over this game. You talk about Odell Beckham Jr., 3 receptions, 68 yards, and a touchdown on 4 targets. I mean, William Jackson III, he's just getting beat, and they have to put someone over the top. We have to see what adjustments happen on defense. The Bengals would not be in this game if it was not for Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is showing poise, 18 to 28, 169 yards passing, touchdown. The defense just looks horrible. This is what we kind of expected. Nick Chubb is having a field day, 12 rushes for 52 yards and a touchdown. But Baker Mayfield is also having a field day out there as well. Defense cannot get any pressure on them. They can't stop anything. This is going to be a game where we can't depend on them. It's going to have to be the offense. Mike Daniels being out, Geno being out, we got an illusion. Maybe it was that Tyrod Taylor was just not that good. Maybe it was just that the Los Angeles Chargers weren't that good. Joe Burrow, only reason we're in this game. We have to rely on the defense somehow getting a stop. And when they do make some stops, which they're probably not going to, got to convert that into points. Offensively, like what I'm seeing from A.J. Green, like what I'm seeing with them spreading the ball around. Joe Mixon had a big first half, 4 receptions for 40 yards, 25 yards on the ground. Fred Johnson had a very bad first half. He probably needs to hit the bench. They probably need to pivot to Billy Price and figure out what's going on. Bobby Hart bouncing back. We haven't heard anything come from his side. So Bobby Hart, have to give him kudos, especially since last week he did not play bad. That seems to have translated to Fred Johnson. And then we've had some definitely some key mistakes. Joe Burrow tries to call a timeout. Snap goes over his head. I don't know who's at fault for that. John Ross, I've reached my limit with John Ross. The fact that he showed no effort on that play, given the gravity of what was going on in the game, I don't have anything for him. If that's the point, if that's what he wants to do, he should have been the inactive receiver instead of Auden Tate. But defense, linebackers look horrible. No pressure at all. Looking to see something from Carl Lawson, Carlos Dunlap, Sam Hubbard, haven't gotten anything. But Ross, there's no way you can be out there and not make an effort, bro. I can't sit and defend, you still being this great player and all of that and capable of great things if you're not going to show effort. It makes me look twice at that pass that was thrown last week. And if that's the case, throw somebody else in there. If Mike Thomas is going to be a guy that's going to go and show effort, keep him in there. If T. Higgins, first career catch, if he's going to show effort, throw him in there. If John Ross isn't going to show any effort, take him out the game. I don't care. But Mike Thomas has some big catches. T. Higgins with a big catch. Let's keep that going. A.J. Green made third down catches. I'm not going to sit here and say A.J. Green played bad because he hasn't been playing bad. He had a pass that he should have caught, but, it is what it is. As long as he's making that effort in the second half, then he should be good. But anytime that we've needed, he's made it. If you're talking about somebody that looks bad, William Jackson III looks bad. He really should have given up 2 touchdowns. A.J. looks fine to me. But outside of that, we haven't seen anything. Hopefully Tyler Boyd can get things going. But the defense has to do something. We need to at least get a stop or hold them to a field goal. This is they're just letting Baker have a field day. And I don't know if it's really on Lou or what needs to happen, but somebody needs to do something because the Browns, we already know that they have talent. Jarvis Landry isn't doing much, but Odell Beckham is having a field day and Nick Chubb is. So you have to do what you can to stop those guys and make sure that you force Baker into some mistakes. Now, if they can just get 1 interception, I'm good with that. 1 sack or something because they've got to get the ball back to our offense because our offense has been able to move the ball. When we don't shoot ourselves in the foot, then we're fine. I'm not going to make it a point to talk about penalties and stuff like that. We had enough of that the first game. These guys have to come out and play well and play to win the game. And you can't leave it in the refs' hands. You can't do that. I'm still optimistic. I still think that we can make those adjustments and come out in the next half and do good. Joe Burrow is special. I'm not worried at all. Like, we just have to give him the opportunity to take this lead and be able to hold a lead. So if we can do that, we'll see what happens. The Browns have to win this game. This is a must win for them. But we can rip their soul out by coming back and winning this game. It's still a one-score game. It's not over. So we'll see what adjustments Zach makes at the half, and we'll see what happens. So if that happens and we turn it around coming out, I'm confident that we can. Joe Burrow is special. I think that that's evident. And, you know, we have to see what happens in the second half. So thank you guys for supporting the channel. I appreciate you guys. We'll see what happens. But I'm very confident. Don't mistake me being upset. I'm just upset that the defense is playing how it is, and they're not giving the offense any kind of backbone. And I'm not gonna take away anything from the Browns. They're supremely talented on offense. When you talk about Chubb and you talk about all of those guys, they're talented. But I just can't see you just folding and just giving them whatever. Like, you have to. There was one point where, you know, it almost wasn't a third down on the drive. That can't happen. That can't happen. You have to do something. So we'll see how the second half goes. We'll see how the adjustment goes. So far, they're doing a great job against Myles Garrett, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Let me read some comments real quick. I haven't been doing that lately. Defense is making Baker look elite. What jersey you got on, you already know. AJ Green, 18. Yeah, Fred is getting killed out there. And the fact that Fred almost got Joe hit in the legs, he got to go to the bench for that. Darius Phillips, I don't know. Like, I have to go back and look and see which plays that he's made. But as far as I can see, it seems like William Jackson III is getting torched. They got to put somebody over the top. Jesse Bates, where you at? We saw you the first game. I don't know what his assignment is. Let's see. Reading some more comments. D has to step it up. Mixon should be an every down back. O-line is better but not there. Why didn't AJ jump for that TD? I'm not sure which one you're talking about. T. Higgins definitely needs more plays. Jonah had an issue earlier. Definitely gotta get some pressure. Someone said that Bates is trying to stop Chubb. Willie Anderson for O-line coach. Hart has had Miles on him most of the time. Pay attention. No, I was saying Bobby Hart. Bobby Hart played a good half. I gave him. I don't know if this person just got into the chat, but I gave him some credit. You know, we haven't heard anything called on him, whether it was any holding calls, false starts, or sacks given up. Bobby did his thing. You have to give credit where it's due. The only person that I noticed had some mistakes early on was Fred Johnson. Jonah Williams gave up one, and then something else. Yeah, Billy Price has to be in that right guard. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Fred just doesn't seem like he's ready for the moment. We all believed in Fred, but it's clear that the coaches will probably be right on that. And the other thing is, I had heard earlier throughout the week that Billy Price wasn't starting. Zim told me that a couple of days ago. I didn't say anything because I don't know if he wanted me to share that information, but I knew that Billy Price wasn't starting, and so I've heard some other things. I'm not going to reveal that, but hopefully they get things together and we get Billy in there. 141 people in the live. Appreciate you guys for showing love. Is there any questions that you guys have for me? Do we ever run Geo and Mixon out on the field at the same time? I haven't seen it. I think that they should. I think that they're doing a good balance between them. But I love that they're getting Mixon involved in the passing game. Adjustments definitely need to be made. I think the first is not letting William Jackson III be on the island against Odell Beckham Jr. I mean, Odell Beckham Jr., no shade against Will, but Odell Beckham Jr. is an elite receiver. So definitely you have to shade him over the top. Tate is inactive for the game. Where do you get your early information from? I have different sources, so it could be from people that know the players. It's always like legit sources. So like Zim, I'm not gonna reveal where I don't even know where Zim got it from, but he heard that from somebody that's probably on the team. In terms of anything that you guys have heard me from talk about AJ, a lot of that stuff has come from my source close to AJ, which if you were watching the interview, it's pretty obvious. That's why like when anybody was like I was capping, I was never capping. Like this has like even though we just interviewed him, like I've had this connection for like years. Like since I started New Stripe City and everything, like we had been talking back and forth with trying to set this up for a while. So, and it's not just AJ that, knows that person. So it's a lot of players. So stay tuned. We got more stuff coming. 156 people in the chat. Thank you. I appreciate all the kind words for the AJ interview, man. We really wanted to make that very special for you guys. Like I said, like Zim has said on his live, be sure to check his live out at Zim_Hude. This was something that we've been working on for a while. So bad y'all. Zim was actually just calling me, so I gotta head out. I'm gonna take his call. But like I said, I think we're gonna make some adjustments in the second half, and we'll go from there. But as usual, I'll leave you with a Hude all day, every day, especially on Sunday.